I just got a 7-minute ice bath in 36-degree water, and I want to walk you through my setup because I get asked about it a lot. This is just a standard chest freezer that I bought from Lowe's. Right after I bought this chest freezer, I got some silicone and I siliconed all the seams. You'll see here, all this took me about a half an hour. It's nice and siliconed up, so it is ready. All these seams around the top are siliconed. The seams on either side of this strip is siliconed, all along the bottom. Anywhere there was a crack in this lining, I siliconed and sealed it, including that drain plug that's down there at the bottom. So I filled it up with water, fill it up somewhere down here because once you get in, it's gonna rise up, so you don't wanna fill it all the way up to the top. And that's pretty much all I did, to get it ready to start cold plunging. It's 11:30 at night, and I'm setting up the new ice bath. Past 7 days, I've been doing it in this ice pod. It's a blow up thing, whatever. I just got tired of putting ice in it. We got this instead, so I'm gonna show you kind of what we're up to today. Inkbird thermometer controller thing, hose filter. This is a floaty, little LED thermometer. Frozen ice cubes, 3 packs of those. Magnesium, maybe I got 4 packs. Epsom salt. This smells good. Hose attaches there. I'll go ahead and start testing this thing out. Alright, we're gonna let that fill for a little while.
A little later.
So I just filled the tank and it's reading 63.1 degrees. I've got it set to 45. I've got the temperature probe down there, zip tied into the water. On the back side back here, zip tied it here, zip tied it down there. We've got the Inkbird controller here. As it filled, I was watching to see if it was leaking, and it doesn't appear to be leaking. I'm excited. I put all of my electronics inside this Tupperware, keeps them dry. I just cut a hole in the bottom so I could get all the cords through it. This is your Inkbird temperature controller. You can set how cold you want it to be and then how hot you allow it to rise above that temperature. So I've got mine set at 32 with a threshold of 7. It's got a thermometer that's down here. That's what this is. I hooked it to the edge just so it could stay out of the way. And recently I got this timer that I have the pump plugged into because when the pump down there was running 24/7, it was mixing the water too much and it wasn't allowing me to get ice. This is what it looks like on the inside. I just got a mechanical timer. You can see the pegs are pushed down from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. If I just manually turn it, you'll hear it come on. And then it shuts off to allow ice production while the temperature's freezing. So with this setup, sometimes I get ice just depending on where the freeze cycle comes on based on the pump cycle. Sometimes I don't. So yesterday, I think I had a 36-degree plunge and it was icy because the freezer was on overnight while the pump was off. Today, I had a 36-degree plunge, but there was no ice. I think that's because it was on an up cycle. The freezer had been on while the pump was on to bring it down to 32, and then it was warming back up overnight while the pump was off, and it was at 36 on a warm cycle instead of a cold cycle. I'm excited to have a freezer instead of this stupid thing over there. Funny thing is the insulated ice pod, the coldest I've been able to get it lately, as it heats up during the day, is about 62. Hose water is about the same that I've been plunging in, so I'm excited for it to get super cold again. So obviously you want to have a way to kind of unplug all of the electronics before you get into it. So that's unplugged. I added this little safety carabiner, so when my lid is on, I clip this, and it basically just reminds me to unplug it before I get in. And then if you've got small kids and stuff, it'll help them stay out of your plunge. Just recently, I actually unhooked the lid. It makes it feel a lot more open when I'm inside. There were some brackets right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Took that off, so now I can take my lid all the way off, and I just set it there when I get in the plunge. Mistakenly, I got the one with the bare aluminum interior. I would have got one with the white enamel interior so that I could have added my ozone without having to get this thing Line-X coated or something. So anyway, if you're thinking about going the DIY route and getting a chest freezer cold plunge, get the one with the white interior. So after about 30 days of plunging, I decided I wanted my water to stay cleaner for longer. So this is what the freezer looks like after 40 days. It's definitely murky. So I got this Marineland submersible pump. It works pretty good. I got a little mat down there to kind of keep my feet from imprinting on the bottom because this aluminum is pretty thin. I was starting to get dents in it. You can see that one right there. So that's the cold plunge setup. Hope that was helpful. If you got any more questions, let me know down in the comments and I'd be happy to answer them.